Ladies and gentlemen, education, especially political education, is very vital to anyone leading a department, especially a big department like the Department of Public Works. Now, barely 3 weeks into his appointment as the Minister of Public Works, Dean Macpherson announced to South Africans that 300 million was cyber hacked out of the department in the past 10 years. This matriculant could come to this conclusion in less than 1 month. Well, guess what? It's been almost 2 months now that he's been in office, and they have yet to tell us which company was cyber hacking these people. They have suspended people, they have taken laptops from officials, and they have not come out to South Africans to tell us exactly what happened to this 300 million. And if you haven't already, watch the video that I've explained to you that it's highly impossible for cyber hackers to steal 300 million. Allegedly, they stole something like 30 million in 1 day before the elections. Outrageous. And now he's saying that Mkhonto Wesizwe is working with construction mafias. That's where they got their sponsorship to make all of this campaigning during the election season. And you guys believe that, and you guys are applauding this matriculant for saying things like that. Let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinchifa Sono. And we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I'm addressing the matriculant again. Dean Macpherson, the matriculant again. Listen, mainstream media, their job is to tarnish the MK party and tarnish the legacy that the EFF is trying to build. Those are the only two things that mainstream media runs with. They are going to twist any story to attack the MK, twist any story to attack the EFF so that the black voters can have less confidence in voting for those parties in the coming elections. But the reason why you are watching this podcast is because you love the truth. And you are not lazy to think and analyze information and say, but here we've been tricked or lied to. Now, Macpherson, this matriculant of a minister, the same party, the Democratic Alliance, said, Dr. John Trope is ethically not supposed to be in the JSE because he was impeached. The same people. But they are not saying ethically. I'm talking about ethics now because that's what they are pointing out for Dr. John Trope. It is not right for a matriculant to lead someone with degrees in a department. For them, ethically, that's correct. It's correct for someone to lead millions and millions of rands and look over them. As a matriculant, it is ethically correct. This only happens here in South Africa that we allow this type of double standards. When Africans do it, it's completely wrong. Zuma was stupid. Zuma did not go to school. Zuma had a grade 2. But when this matriculant comes and leads a department, he's okay. Why? Because of the complexion of protection. Excuse me. The complexion of protection always covers these people. That is what we are dealing with here. So ethically, it's okay for a matriculant to come 3 weeks after being appointed to say, hey, guys, 300 million was stolen from this department. 3 weeks. And you cannot make such announcement if you have not made enough investigation. For you to say 10 years instead of 5, for you to say 300 million instead of 2 million, it means that there was some type of investigation that was done. I mean, hello, your boy is back. Your boy is back. I was out going to Mpumalanga to go and fetch my grandmother. She's staying with me for some weeks because there's some family matters that we have to deal with. But anyway, I'm saying to you guys, it is not possible that that you could make that announcement without background information. Who stole the money? Which officials were involved? Which account did this money go to? All of those things are things that lead a minister to make such announcement. But because this announcement is turning out to be bad for the government of national confusion, he's pulling back. Now, in pulling back, he's trying to blame other people now. He says it's difficult to deal with this construction development in KwaZulu-Natal because the MK party is working with construction mafias that funded the MK party. Just imagine, guys. This is where now they are going. Because they can't do anything, they have to blame Zuma for something. They have to always blame Zuma for something. Listen to this stupid matriculant.
I took note of the statement you made earlier that during the campaign trail, you made mention of certain political parties who either are being bankrolled by such individuals or they themselves are in cahoots with the people who hijack government construction sites. I'm going to ask you to put your head on the block. It's difficult. You are in a government of national unity, but is there one political party that stands out that could possibly be either encouraging this?
Well, I've mentioned those political parties in Parliament where I have parliamentary privilege. But, you know, it's not hard to imagine how these parties, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal, were funded out of nowhere. They had declared no money to the IEC. They 1 minute they didn't exist. The next minute they were absolutely everywhere. Gazebos, T-shirts, rallies, and so on and so forth. That money didn't come off of a tree or didn't drop from the sky. That came from criminal networks that are supporting them to be into power. And, you know, the one thing that I heard which was fascinating is that straight after the election, political parties and business people already started deciding what contracts they were going to get in KwaZulu-Natal because they didn't believe that we were going to be able to form a coalition government or government of provincial unity, which is why we acted with such speed, so we could close that space and ensure that we protected government and protected the resources of government from criminal networks.
So safe to say that that particular political party is not in government in KZN as we speak.
Well, if you put it all together, I'm sure you'd be able to assume who they are.
All right.
Now, if you don't follow what the hell is happening in the Department of Public Works in terms of issuing out tenders, this thing of local entrepreneurs not getting any slice of the cake, and people from outside coming to work in KwaZulu-Natal, people from KwaZulu-Natal not having necessary skills, and this thing of saying you need to share a tender 20% to 30% with the local business people and all. If you don't understand all of what that entails, you are going to just buy face like that. You wouldn't understand what actually is this construction mafia. What are these people doing? You know, because when you are a person, you must just sit down and question yourself. Say, man, let's scrutinize this information and let's check. I'm not saying there isn't any criminal activities happening in construction. This year we are talking about millions, if not billions of rands that is being injected into the economy. So with officials, ministers, and construction companies, you are going to get people going the extra mile just to secure the job. I understand that is happening. But the way this Macpherson tries to present it is that Jacob Zuma and the MK party, and he said this in Parliament, he does not want to say it now because we don't understand, Tina. We must bite our tongue when politicians can say whatever they want in Parliament. In Parliament, they are protected by the rules that here you are okay. You remember the DA advocate called Advocate Koleka a bitch in Parliament. She had all the right to say it in Parliament because what you say in Parliament, you cannot be taken to court with. You cannot be prosecuted for what you say in Parliament. You are protected by the rules there. But Tina, what we say here, we must make sure it's well researched and we must not make any mistakes because we can be taken to court. for what we are saying here, but parliamentarians get a different treatment. But anyway, without even saying the MK's word, because the MK name, we know who he is talking about. He talked about the MK, he talked about the EFF, he talked about all of those parties, and he said the DA by all means tried to keep those parties out of power because they are corrupt, they are working with the construction mafias. This is what these people are doing to us. Abantu abamnyama ngicela nivuyeni man. Ngiyacela tu. Kalrapela tsogang. Tsogang batho ba modimo tsogang. Ale bone gore batho ba ke eng ntho ba tryang go ira mara ale ibone ntho e mara. So now everyone who's lazy to think, it's like, the MK, so corrupt, they are working with construction mafias, as if the ANC is clean. Because when was this construction mafias existing? No, they only came now when the MK came. And these construction mafias gave the MK money to campaign, to buy t-shirts. Really? Is that how low we are going? With this matriculant, he can say things like that. Where is the proof? Where's the amount? Where is the accounts? Who is this construction mafias that you're talking about that gave the MK money? These people are free to say whatever they want. And you can expect this from a matriculant. What else wouldn't you expect from a matriculant? A matriculant makes careless statements like this. And they are free to make them because South Africa protects the complexion that matters more than other complexions. So now I want to go back to him giving us a report or an update as to what is happening with that 300 million. 300 million cyber hacked out of the department. What is the latest? Listen to this.
All right, let's move on to a different topic now. 300 million rand stolen from the public works through cybercrime. I just want to preface it before I ask the question. 30 laptops seized, 4 officials suspended as the investigation into cybercrime continues. This is money, this 300 million, specifically stolen from infrastructure, your department. How far advanced is the investigation? Let's start there.
So I received an update from senior officials about a week ago, and it is progressing. And they are starting to be able to put together the pieces of what has taken place. And it is extraordinary that it has taken place over such a long period of time, and that so much money has been taken from the department. I also understand how that this has happened because the controls weren't there, and the checks weren't there. Falsified information was being provided to senior officials and to previous executive authorities, and that's where we are at the moment. It is being investigated by the Hawks. It is advanced. I'm not convinced that we have all of the officials suspended, and as soon as we progress further through the investigation, I believe more officials will be suspended as well. I also do believe that there has been collusion with outside individuals as well. And so it is wide-reaching. And I want to make sure that this never, ever happens again. And that people can't just simply be dismissed or suspended. They need to go to prison for what they've done. And we need to get that money back. So we've also started subpoenaing bank accounts as well. But I'm comfortable with where the investigation is at present and where it's heading. And as soon as I do have more information, I will come back to South Africa to say, this is the action, this is what we're doing, and this is what we're going to do to stop this from happening again.
Talk to us about the modus operandi here. When you say cybercrime, my head goes into a tailspin. I'm trying to understand how were people able to steal money from the department? How would this work?
Look, I don't want to compromise the investigation, to be honest. It is a very sophisticated network that created mirror accounts, created fictitious information, worked with officials within our department, created loopholes through our ICT systems. And so it's sophisticated, and it's been going on for a long time. What I am glad about is that it was brought to the attention of the previous minister, and he did the right thing by going to the Hawks. I think that we need to have some discussion about with the police about whether they knew about this previously and didn't exactly act on the information that was given to them. But those are the discussions that we're going to have. And I'm not here to finger point and say this person is to blame or that person is to blame. I want to understand how it happened, who's responsible for it, and to make sure that we tighten the controls and that these sorts of things never happen again in our department. Because, Koli, as you said, it's not our money, it's the public's money. And that money could have gone to much better uses, and that's why I also want to get it back.
It's happened over a period of 10 years.
Well, because he does not, this matriculant does not want to say it, let me tell you guys, he made the announcement prematurely. He can say Sikhe Zikalala reported it, whatever. He made this announcement to the public prematurely. All the information was not gathered. How come if both Sikhe Zikalala and all of those people and all those officials were aware of this, how come the Hawks did not take the laptops back then, before he made the announcement? How come people were not expelled back then, before the announcement was made? Come on, come on, people got expelled and laptops got confiscated only after he made that stupid announcement. Why? Because now the Hawks are forced to act. And they are acting out of character, by the way. The Hawks don't operate like this. The Hawks collect information. And when the Hawks is 100% sure, they come for the strike. And when they strike, the Hawks doesn't take 13 years to announce something. When they come, they tell you, they open a case, they tell you immediately, we have opened a case against corruption, against King, for 5 million, blah, 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 quickly. That's how the Hawks operates. But since they took the laptops, people are suspended with pay, by the way. People are at home, they're getting their salaries, just chilling, because there's nothing that is going to come out of these things. And again, I'm not saying departments don't have corrupt officials. I'm not saying it's impossible to steal 300 million. I'm saying cyber hacking, it cannot take that amount without that amount being traced or raising alarms in the department's financial statements. Auditor General was going to pick it up. The financial management, the finance unit was going to pick up that. The CFO was going to pick up that. Treasury was going to pick it up, because this is just too much money. You can't lose this amount of money, because every money that the department spends is budgeted for. The department does not get money and then decide why they draw a budget, they draw an action plan, send it to Treasury, it gets approved, then Treasury sends the money to the department and not the entire budget of the department. The Treasury only sends money that is requested every month. Monthly requisitions from the CFO to the Department of Treasury that happens on the 15th of every month is what allows the department to get money from Treasury. Treasury gives you a budget of 10 million, for example, yearly, and then each month they give you according to what you ask for. So Treasury can give you for what you're asking for, and you lose 300 million and Treasury does not pick it up. It's not possible. It's not possible. So we're waiting to see. We're waiting to see what is going to happen. They can't announce anything because there is no sufficient evidence right now according to that announcement. And you Africans are going to forget. You're going to forget because you are applauding this matriculant when he announced that that careless statement. And some of you said, King, but give him time. Give them time to investigate. Yeah, that's what they were supposed to do in the beginning before making the announcement. You know, investigate, get your facts right, then come and make an announcement to us, so that when you ask you questions, you don't say, I don't want to interfere with the investigation. I don't know. Yeah, you are interfering already because you made the announcement. So now when we want to know or how far are you can't give us any information because what? You are still investigating. Hi, yes, you people. I know. But it's okay. It's okay to see these double standards that are happening here. People are saying no. When we say now this matriculant is busy leading a department and it's wrong, they say no, but Zuma had grade 2 and he was leading the country. And Zuma was lazy to study. Okay, then what is the excuse of this one? Zuma was in exile. Zuma was in Mozambique. Zuma was running away from the apartheid government. And his life was totally different in apartheid compared to this one. This one is a born-free generation. He could have studied and he can still study and graduate if he wants to. But he does not want to because his skin color is enough. It's enough. Hi. But anyway, we're back. So thank you so much to everyone that has donated to PASETA, the Pan-Africanist School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. Thank you so much. We are looking for 10,000 people to contribute each only 50 rand. 50 rand by 10,000 people, okay? So on the 1st of August, I'm going to give you guys a financial breakdown and let's say a financial report as to how many people have donated and how far we still need to go to reach our target of 10,000 people to donate only 50 rand. So if you haven't donated yet, please make sure that you send your 50 rand or more to this account that you see on your screen. If you're overseas, feel free to use our PayPal me at PASETA /PASETA 2024. It's on the screen, guys, if I mess it up somehow, somewhere. Make sure that you send there. These are our WhatsApp numbers. Send us your WhatsApp. We'll make sure to respond. There's so many WhatsApps that are coming in daily. So be patient. I'm personally getting into the WhatsApp. So I will get back to you on that WhatsApp. We thank you so much. And for those who are saying, King, we want to participate in PASETA. We want to put our hand in PASETA and everything. Okay, the website will also be launched before the 3rd of August, okay? The website will be launched. And on the website, you'll be able to put in your expertise and put in the area where you will be best suited to make your contribution. So you'll be able to fill in your names and everything. And according to what you put on the website, we'll be able then to infiltrate you or filter you into the correct department where you will meet a new team and work with them. So the website will be launched. We are very happy that we are doing an excellent job with the website. And this is where everyone's 50 rands and, the operational cost of PASETA building up from the ground upwards. You guys are seeing this school literally being built in front of your eyes, and you are helping us to do that. Thank you so much, Africans, for believing in African institutions and African solutions for African problems. So this week you guys will be getting that financial report and report as to where we are as PASETA in terms of reaching our goal. So thank you so much for everyone. Those who are getting paid on the 31st end of the month, make sure you send your 50 rand, guys. Please make sure you make the contribution to build the independent African school, Pan-Africanist school. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. After you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.